On families. My name is Diane and I'm an early childhood educator with the Early On program at Mary Ward School located in Niagara Falls. Welcome to Baby Playtime. Here are some ideas for your little ones under 16 months for ways to help with learning and keeping them engaged. You can find us here every Thursday morning at 9:30 live on Facebook. If you miss us at this time, you can view our videos anytime on our new YouTube channel at Early On Niagara Falls, NOTL, NCDSB, and click on subscribe. Today we're going to discover how to make homemade glue and to use this to make creations with your baby. Babies can participate in making creations too, and in a fun and safe way. There is no cookie cutter image. It will get messy. That's okay. It's about the process, not the product, and really try to embrace this and resist the urge for the creation to look a certain way. Allowing your baby to explore and participate in open-ended activities will help develop their creative skills and innovation skills. Offering babies opportunities to be innovative will develop the beginnings of thinking ideas, and feelings. To make the homemade glue, I found a few recipes. Some have just flour and water, others use cornstarch and vinegar, and the one I'm going to show you today is made with also using corn syrup. So I'll post all of the recipes in the comments below for you to try with your baby. So some of the things that you will need is water and corn syrup, vinegar, cornstarch, some measuring tools. You'll need a pot, and also optional is food coloring. So be prepared that if you use the food coloring, your baby's hands will likely get stained, but it will wash off after a few bubble baths. So first, I suggest starting with mixing the cornstarch in the water in a bowl and then setting that aside. And then next in your pot, you're going to combine your water, your corn syrup, your vinegar, and you're going to heat that over the stove at medium heat until it comes to a boil. It doesn't take long. And then you're ready to add your cornstarch mixture. So give it another little stir and then pour it into the pot and keep stirring until it's all blended and it will form into a thicker consistency fairly quickly, and then it's done. So remove it from the heat, let it cool, and you can pour it into a glass jar or another plastic container with a sealed lid. And you can store any leftover homemade glue in a sealed container in the fridge, and it will help prevent from molding, and it's suggested that it can keep up for 3 months in the fridge. If it becomes too thick, you can add a teaspoon or a tablespoon or so of hot water and give it a good stir, and the glue will return to its pliable consistency. So I have 3 activities for you today. The first activity is using pine cones. So when you're out on your walks with your little one, or if you're lucky enough to have some pine cones in your backyard, and then just have some glue in a bowl so your baby can use their fingers to apply the glue to the pine cone. They can roll it around in the glue and it will go onto the pine cone. And then if you'd like, you can put the pine cone in a plastic container and add some glitter. Lots there. And then just making sure that the lid is on nice and tight, and baby will be able to use their hands and shake that up. And roll that around a little bit, and then it will have the glitter on the pine cone. So you can let that dry, and once it's dry, you can hang it as an ornament. You can add some stickers or mini pom-poms. They can be hung or placed on a table. and you and your baby can make a few of them and make them as an arrangement. So another activity that I have that you're likely to have in your home, especially over the holidays that are coming up, you might already have paper towel rolls or leftover wrapping paper rolls. You and your baby can try making a wreath using these paper rolls. So I cut mine up into just smaller pieces, and you can use some non-toxic paint. I happen to have some red paint, and allow your baby to paint with their fingers, or they can use a chubby paintbrush, or they can use a Q-tip to paint with, or you can add some drops of paint in another plastic container. These containers I just picked up from the dollar store. They're nice and small for babies' hands, but you can also use any other kind of containers that you might have around the home. I suggest having a clear container so that baby can also see what's happening in the container, or you can use a cookie sheet to lay things down in, and baby can roll the objects back and forth in the paint. Makes for a little bit of an easier cleanup. So some non-toxic paint, and you can also add a few drops to the paint, add a few drops of dish soap, and that will help to wash off the paint later. And so then you're just dropping in your little paper roll. Make sure the lid is nice and tight, and then baby can shake that up. You can sing a song while baby is doing this. Shake it, baby, shake it while you can. All right, and then let these dry, and then allow baby to glue the paper rolls together. You can help baby form a circular pattern, let them dry. You can hang a ribbon in one of the rolls and use that as an ornament, making a wreath. You can add some more red pieces, making it larger. You can add some green pieces, and add any other little items that you would like to for that wreath. So that's the second activity, and just going to move some things here. And the last activity is a bit of a paper mache idea. So maybe for older babies, you can try introducing some other materials like tissue paper. It's light, it's crunchy, it's easy to scrunch up in their little hands, and although the glue is made with edible ingredients, the tissue paper is not. So you know your baby best, and if they're ready to try this activity. I'm using a small mason jar, and while you hold the jar, working together with your baby, you can apply the glue. So I have some tissue paper chopped up here. You can dip the tissue paper in the glue and then have your baby move and flatten it, or they can dip their fingers in the glue and move the tissue paper all over the mason jar and cover that up. And then you can let it dry, and then you can let baby add some special touches. So you can let baby use a paintbrush and paint a little face, making a snowman, or they can use markers and draw a little face on there. Your baby can also paint the lid of the jar, and these are nice with a little tea light candle inside, and you can pass that along as a gift for a loved one. You can pass any of the gifts, any of the other creations that you made on as well. And homemade gifts are always the best gifts, especially when they're coming from baby. So engaging your baby in sensory activities like these and making creations encourages bonding time between you and your baby, enjoying your time together, and observing your baby's learning. You are making deeper connections to your attachment with your baby and helping their development with social emotional skills. These activities will also help your baby develop their fine motor skills as they use their small muscles and their fingers and their hands to manipulate all of these tools. Have fun. Remember, it's all about the process, not the product, and developing innovative skills. I hope you enjoy these activities with your baby. We would love to hear your ideas. Please add to the comments below. If you would like to participate in other baby programs, there's an infant massage 4-week program beginning in the new year. Please check out our Facebook page to register and join us next week for another baby playtime. Bye for now.